It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say, yeah, you look wonderful tonight. We go to a party and everyone turns to see this beautiful lady that's walking around with me. And then she asks me, do you feel alright? And I say, yeah, I feel wonderful tonight. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes, and the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you.
Hey guys, great to see you, Joe here, and welcome to another lesson, and thank you very much indeed for joining me. So there you heard my rendition of a song by Eric Clapton called Wonderful Tonight, and of course this is a classic song of Clapton's and well worth taking the time to learn. So let's take a look at this one. Okay, so first off, let's take a look at the chords, yeah? Now the song starts in G, so you have a G, to a D, to a C, back to a D, back to a G. It repeats that, to a D, to a C, to a D, and then you have this open A, and then 2, 3 on the A string. So you got open A string, then 2nd fret, 3rd fret, into the C, to the D, then you have a G, a D, with an F sharp in the bass if you can, okay, so that's putting your thumb over the top, and then to an E minor, and then to a C, to a D, and a G. Okay, so just quickly one more time, we've got G, to a D, 2 and 3 and 4, to a C, 2 and 3 and 4 and D, 2 and 3 and 4 and back round, G, 3, 4 and D, 2, 3, 4 and C, 2, 3, 4 and D, 2, 3, your little walk in, to a D, and you have this G, D with an F sharp, an E minor, and then you have a C, and a D, and a G. Okay, now that makes up the 90% of the song. The only part it doesn't cover is the bridge, so let's just say we're going into the bridge. We finished on the G, to a G7, Da da, wonderful, see, because I see the... Same again, G, D with an F sharp and E minor. And the wonder, see, of it all, D, is that you... Then you have that little lick, okay? So it's just 3rd fret, 5th string, then the 2nd fret, then open, then the 6th string, 3rd fret, and then the open 5th. How much I love you. And you're back into a G. And that pretty much, guys, is the whole song, okay? So you got the chords there. Now, if you want the chord sheet, obviously that's over at Patreon. So, you know, but I would recommend you to always write out the arrangements for songs that you're learning, because it really does help with learning the songs. Okay, so now they're the chords, and you have many, many different options for how you're going to play the rhythm parts. Okay, so if you're just starting out, you might just want to strum the chords. And so the important thing is to just count. So you can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can kind of play it in its most basic fashion that way, just with like a basic strum, okay? Another way of playing the song is to kind of use the plectrum to make it more kind of pick out some of the notes. So you might have... Yeah, so anything along those lines is going to work, but the important thing is always to count, so you know where you are. And if you're doing this kind of picking out the notes thing, then I find it more helpful to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you know, you can pretty much pick out any notes you like. It's one of the main reasons for me choosing this song, is the fact that it gives you plenty of space to come up with your own kind of, you know, ideas, as it were. Okay, so that's another way you can play it. And so obviously you can also use your fingers as well. So you can do a similar kind of thing with your fingers. So you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. Now, it's not so important what I'm playing yet. It's more important that you kind of find your own way of playing the song. It will really stand you in good stead if you do that. And it will develop your ear and kind of help you to kind of come up with your own ideas. Okay, because then you're not so reliant on other people, as it were. Okay, so that's another way you can do it, just picking out, finger picking it like I was. And I probably play something different every time if I finger pick it, to be perfectly honest with you, because all of these notes are going to work in a G chord. In a D chord, limit your picking to the bottom 4 strings. Then with the C, the bottom 5 strings. Okay, because obviously that note won't sound too good. And so the D, the bottom 4 strings. So it's kind of common sense. When you're playing a G, you can play anything. When you're playing a D, you play the bottom 4. When you're playing the C, the bottom 5. And essentially, that's all you really need to know about that. So just maybe put in 5 minutes of just experimenting. Okay, now the lick starts on the 2nd string, 10th fret. You play the note and then bend it, and then let it come back down like this. Then we go to the 8th fret, 2nd string. then we go back to the 10th, then we do the same thing again, back to the 8th, and then we come on to the 3rd string, 9th fret, and we play the same little thing again between 8 and 10 on the 2nd string, back to the 10, then we come on to the 1st string and we play 7, 8, 12, 10. Okay? And he does play other notes within the song, and I would urge you to experiment with those, kind of seeing what other notes fit as well. So there you have it, guys. Hope that kind of helps you come to terms with the song. The important thing is, as ever, to try and make it your own. It's a great opportunity in this song to kind of come up with something of your own, perhaps. So look forward to seeing you soon with another lesson. In the meantime, take care. All the best.